Get 15% off a set of BrakeMess Select, Select Pro, or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Okay, so are you ready to dive into something truly intriguing?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, buckle up, because we are heading straight into the heart of Filipino folklore today, with a chapter from this series called the B1 Gang Adventure and Mystery Series. And it's, let me see, case file number 1, Halimaw Sa Wawa.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and we're looking at this chapter called Alamat ng Matandang Krus. And you know that saying, truth is stranger than fiction?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this chapter is one of those that really makes you stop and go, maybe there's more to this. It all starts with this group of young, aspiring journalists, almost like, Scooby-Doo, but maybe with like slightly more organized notepads.
Right.
And they're investigating these super spooky happenings around this place called the Wawa. Now, for those who haven't encountered that word before, Wawa is basically like, picture a natural pool or waterway.
Okay.
Often where like a river might widen or sort of where it meets the sea.
I see.
It's not just some random body of water, though.
Right. These places, they're practically pulsating with significance in Filipino culture, You can't separate the landscape from the spirit. Yep. They're interwoven, you see.
That's a great way to put it. They're interwoven. And you really get a sense of that in this chapter, like right away. We're dropped right into the action with these junior reporters.
Okay.
They're interviewing a local man, goes by the name of Mang Kablo. And being the gracious host that he is, he welcomes him into his home. And of course, it wouldn't be a proper welcome without, some traditional treats, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Hospitality is paramount.
So he offers them all sorts of goodies, like some calamay, which is this, how do you even describe it? It's this wonderfully sticky rice cake.
Delicious.
And then there's minatamis na garbanzos. Have you ever had those?
Oh, yes. The sweet and syrupy chickpeas, a classic.
Right. And offering food like that, it's not just about, oh, here, have a snack.
No. It's so much deeper than that. It's about forging a connection. Building trust.
It's like Mang Pablo's inviting them in, not just to his home, but to his world.
Exactly. To share his stories, his experiences, to make them feel welcome, to make them feel
like they're part of something.
Precisely.
Which honestly makes it even more unsettling when those stories, take a turn for the dark side. Yeah. Macablo starts talking about these drownings that have been happening in the Wawa.
Drownings.
Initially, people just thought, okay, these things happen, tragic accident.
Right. Waters can be dangerous.
But as he keeps talking, as he describes them, these drownings become increasingly strange and a lot more gruesome.
That's how these stories often go. They're seemingly isolated incidents. But the more you hear, the more you have to wonder, at what point did people start whispering, hold on, something's not right here?
And that's where things go from unsettling to genuinely chilling.
At the UPS Store, we understand the importance of a first impression. That's why we're here to help you put your best foot forward and be unstoppable with our printing services. With high-quality paper stock options, banners, business cards, menus, and more, we make sure your small business stands out and your message reaches the masses. After all, we're the one-stop prints that pop store. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, prices, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today and get your print on.
Mang Pablo reveals that he's seen the aftermath of these attacks firsthand.
He's seen it himself. Oh my.
He has, and let's just say the details, they paint a pretty vivid picture. It's very clear this isn't some everyday predator lurking beneath the surface.
And it's something else entirely.
This is something else entirely. And here's where the plot thickens, where the mystery really starts to, grab you.
I'm hooked. Tell me more.
So the locals, they start talking about this legend. A story about this old cross.
Okay.
That used to stand near the Wawa.
Ah, the Matandang Krus, right. That's what they call it.
You got it, the Matandang Krus. Yeah. And it's not just some random cross either. According to the legend, it's not like, someone just stuck it there one day.
Right.
This cross was believed to hold a certain, shall we say, protective power over the Wawa.
Interesting. Protecting it from what, though? That's the question.
Exactly. But then, as these stories often go, something happens, something that, throws everything out of whack.
There's always something, some event that disrupts the balance A single action that sets off a chain reaction, you know?
It's like that old saying, right? For want of a nail.
Exactly. A nail across a single choice. And suddenly, the world is forever altered.
And in this case, the story goes that the cross, gone.
Someone removed it.
Removed it. Nobody seems to know exactly when. Nobody seems to know exactly why. But the implication.
Crystal clear.
Take away the cross, and you unleash whatever it was holding back.
Precisely.
It's a primal fear, don't you think? This idea that disturbing something sacred, even unknowingly, can have these unintended, these potentially devastating consequences.
It's like that ripple effect, but on a cosmic scale. And it's a theme that you see pop up again and again, not just in folklore, but in, history, religion, even our own personal lives.
It's that nagging question of what have we disrupted unknowingly through our actions? What price will we have to pay for disturbing the natural order? Right. And it really makes you think. But before we, go too far down that rabbit hole.
Right, back to the story.
Back to the story. This legend about the cross, it adds this whole other layer to the mystery.
Oh, for sure. Because now you've got these junior reporters. Not only are they dealing with a possible monster situation in the Wawa,
right,
they're also dealing with the weight of history, of belief, of consequence.
It's like they're caught in this web of centuries-old beliefs and actions. And
they're grappling with these questions of faith and doubt. Do they trust these ancient stories?
And let's not forget, it's not just them trying to piece this puzzle together.
Oh, I'm right there with them, trying to connect the dots.
Right. Everyone listening, we're all in this together. And here's the thing. The chapter, it never tells us exactly when this cross was removed.
Oh, really?
Was it, recently? Was it generations ago? We don't know. And how does that impact our understanding of this monster's sudden appearance?
That ambiguity, that's what makes it so compelling. The story doesn't spoon-feed you the answers. It leaves you hanging, grappling with the same uncertainties as our intrepid investigators.
It's like the story itself is a mystery. And just when you think you're getting close, it
slips through your fingers, leaving you with more questions.
Exactly. But then there's this one character, Ailing Ising. Remember her?
Oh yes, Ailing Ising. She was fascinating, wise.
She brings a whole new perspective to the table.
Huh.
She seems to have this unshakable belief in the power of that cross,
Yes, she did.
But here's the thing. She also throws in this whole other angle about the timing of everything. Yeah, because she seems to think that these incidents, they didn't start happening until, get this, after a group of outsiders came to the Wawa.
Outsiders?
Outsiders who, maybe they didn't quite understand, didn't quite respect the significance of the place.
It's almost as if she's suggesting that it wasn't just about the physical act of removing the cross.
Right.
It was about the disrespect, the disregard for the tradition, for the old ways that tipped the scales.
And suddenly it's not just about a missing object anymore.
No.
It's about intentions. It's about respect. It's about recognizing the power of a place, even if you don't necessarily believe in all the stories surrounding it.
It's about understanding that there are forces at play, forces we may not fully comprehend, and that our actions, our beliefs, they have consequences.
Makes you think twice about those what-if scenarios, doesn't it? It certainly does.
Because what if we aren't just imagining things? What if there is something more at play here, something we don't fully grasp?
These stories, these legends, they've been passed down for generations for a reason. They serve as warnings, reminders that we are but a small part of a much larger, more ancient, and oftentimes more powerful world.
It's humbling, to say the least. And, as we wrap up this chapter, with our junior reporters still searching for answers, still piecing together the truth behind the Halimaw Sa Wawa.
Still grappling with the unknown.
Exactly. It feels like we're left with more questions than answers.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? It keeps you thinking, keeps you questioning.
Because maybe the true mystery isn't about finding all the answers, right?
Perhaps. Maybe it's about embracing those unanswered questions, those lingering doubts, those glimpses into the unknown that make us question everything we thought we knew.
A journey of discovery, wouldn't you say? For the characters and for us, the listeners. And who knows what we'll uncover as we venture further into this world of Filipino folklore.
If you're ready to delve even deeper, and trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next, be sure to join us for our next deep dive as we unpack the next chapter, Ang Tawak. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and happy listening.